Recently, I got myself an Xbox One. With it came some games, but also WWE 2K16. I was excited. I was happy. It seemed to be going well. Creating my wrestler was fun. The list of moves that were all available, diverse. The roster, plentiful. I wanted to also make sure to unlock everything the old-fashioned way. Yes, I got the Season Pass, which came with the Accelerator and the New Moves Pack, but I wanted to try and at least do unlocking the old-fashioned way. Then I dealt with the submission system. I have never played anything so broken, so unable to be controlled, and so unbelievably impossible to succeed in. Here's how it works. Let me get my controller. You move the right stick. You control either the red or the blue one. You move the right stick basically around the thing. But here's the problem with it. You're technically not controlling the bar itself. You may be thinking that's a little far-fetched because in chain wrestling, you're controlling the dot exactly where it's supposed to go with searching for the hotspot. Same with rest holds. But no, you're just pushing the bar along. And even if you press in a certain direction, you're not going to go in that direction unless you do it exactly the way they want you to. And even then, half the time, it doesn't work. Not only that, but I've noticed something else. When applying a submission hold, it is hard to actually make sure to get to your opponent's bar, even if it is so big that you can clearly be able to get to it. And even when holding on the boost, it barely even works half the time. But when you're the one in the submission hold, you're moving a lot faster without even holding the boost button for the the left trigger or L2 or whatever you got. And you're also basically, when you try to like stand still in a certain area, I actually let go, trying to stay in a certain area, just waiting for the opponent to try and catch up to me so I could get away. But no, the red bar, my bar, whatever it was, actually went towards the opponent's bar on its own. Let me repeat that. I didn't press anything, and my bar went closer and went into the opponent's bar, thus citing pretty much a completed submission on his part. I kept on escaping, but it was impossible. They greenlighted this. They thought this was okay. They thought this was passable. But no, this is not passable. I was better off with tapping the buttons endlessly, or even just tapping one button like in 2K15 Next Gen mode. This is awful. This is the worst. This is the worst submission system I've ever played, and I had to deal with the struggle submission system in SmackDown vs. Raw 2008, where you could only end up holding it in a certain direction for a certain amount of time before losing your grip. This is one of the worst gameplay elements I have ever played in my life. People were like, oh no, it's just in UFC, is how that works, so it should be fine. Well, you're not controlling the bar this time around, you're just nudging it. And even then, it's already hard to nudge it in a certain direction. You're not sure where you're nudging it, and half the time, it doesn't go where you want it to go! This is the worst. This is one of the worst things I've ever had to deal with. And as a result, I had to choose to unlock everything just by pressing a button instead of just doing it the old-fashioned way. A while ago, when I played 2K15 on the Xbox 360, I had the displeasure of having to take 2 fucking months to beat Sami Zayn versus Cesaro in NXT, what was it, Who Got NXT, playing as Sami Zayn in the final match. It took me 2 months to finally beat it. It was that impossible. Apparently, 2K developers' sadistic side decided to find its way over from that match, that one match that was only for last gen exclusive, to the next gen's submission system. I have seen sadist levels of this sort only in Super Mario Maker with Ross O'Donovan. Granted, I don't own Super Mario Maker, but I've seen his levels, and they are just the worst. I feel like we were better off with just tapping the buttons. This submission system is... I can't even try to modify the difficulty ease for the submission system in game balancing or anything. There's no option for that. They made it impossible. And lo and behold, there's a special objective in the 2K showcase for Stone Cold Steve Austin where you have to end up playing as Red Hart and beating Stone Cold via submission. It is impossible to do. I mean it. It is impossible to do. If you manage to do it, you're a liar. You're a goddamn liar. You likely use cheats. I don't care if you say that you did it legitimately. You had to have used cheat codes on your system in order to make that thing work. Because it is impossible to control. It is impossible to beat. It is im-fucking-possible. I mean, granted, I actually came literally this close. No, better yet, let me get it a bit closer. This close. You can see just how little of a difference there is. They're practically touching. I was that close, and yet so far away, and I felt like crying. 2K games? You are sadistic pieces of fucking shit! Fix this crap! Please! Fix this crap! Fix the submission system. Do it in an update. Try to change it up a little bit, like make the bar actually controlled by the stick instead of just nudged by it. I don't care what you do. Please make it actually playable. Bubsy 3D controlled better than this. Yeah, I fucking said it. One of the worst 3D platformers ever for the PlayStation 1 controls better than WWE 2K16's submission system. I said it, and I'm sticking by that statement! Fix this shit!